My name is John Asphjell, Jon Asphjell, John Asphjell, from Oslo in Norway. I am 47 years old. I work as a scrub nurse in a hospital or in different clinics here in Oslo with surgery. And I am married to I have a husband, no kids. I have been running ultras for about 10 years now. Mm-hmm. And I fell in love with backyard for maybe 4 or 5 years ago. And so I sort of became a backyard runner, a backyard specialist. My best backyard is actually 62 loops from Backyard Masters last year or 2022 in Germany. Actually, it was the possibility that I could be that I could win a race for once, you know, because I had run 100 milers and I was always in the back, in the middle of the pack, and I was happy with that. And then I heard of the concept of backyard, and when I understood, you know, it's about being the last one and not the first one, I was like, maybe I can do that. And I really just became a little bit obsessed with the idea. And in 2019, they put on the first backyard, the last one standing backyard here in Norway. And I was like, I signed up right away, and I just really loved the concept. I ran 24 hours the first backyard. It wasn't my first 100 miler, I think, but it wasn't. But it was such an experience, and I sort of just became too tired and exhausted after 24 hours. But I just thought about the next year's race every day for 1 year, and I started to plan. And really go into the details and think about everything to, you know, break the code to last longer in a backyard. I am usually a very talkative person, very social, and you just blah, 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 you talk and you get to know all the people for about 7 hours, and then I need to be a little bit silent. And then as we go into the night, I like to maybe keep a little bit by myself. And I really like the nighttime, and also if you're experienced a good backyard runner, you know, when people start dropping, it gives a little bit energy, you know. It just, you know, raises the bar. You feel more and more exclusive the longer you last. So it's something about that energy that you get when people drop out, and towards the end, you know, it's also sad to see people drop out. But also it sort of just feeds the rest, the few handful of people that are left in the end. It's just a very thrilling feeling to be a part of that group, if you're so lucky. So I think that's what really allures to me. And it's also just feels very safe, you know, because I've done other races into the wilderness, to the forest, and some not really mountain races so much, but, you know, where you are in the middle of nowhere, and if something happens or stuff has happened to me where I'm standing there, and there's a long way to go if you get injured, or if the weather turns bad in a backyard, you're always pretty close to home base. So as a runner and also as a race, I do organize my own backyard. It's a very easy format, or like a safe format, because you have the runners close by. I try to break the code, or, you know, to eliminate everything that can go wrong. So I think I'm the most proud of the sleep aspect, because I have been working on getting sleep in between the loops. I'm not a very quick runner, so, you know, I come in at around 45 at the fastest to usually about 50 minutes. I have 10-minute break, maybe sometimes 52 minutes. So I've been practicing getting sleep, you know. Once in the first evening, when I start getting tired, I try to get a few minutes of sleep in between loops. and I don't take caffeine or coffee until I really need it. And so that works for me. Like last, when I qualified in the satellite, I got a lot of sleep, or a lot of sleep, compared to if I don't get any. So I felt pretty good, you know. I think that ended around 37, 38 hours, and I still wasn't feeling really tired because I got a few minutes sleep. So that's really been a success. I also work on nutrition and drinking, and of course just the running part, and also, which works okay. I get sick, I vomit, but you know, I can I can start eating again usually. And also about when you're being prepared for different kinds of weather, to bring sort of the equipment. Sometimes you need a Gore-Tex kind of jacket, a wind and waterproof jacket, and just not to panic when the weather turns bad. So many factors, but the sleep factor is most important, I think. The other memory, I think, was from Rettert, from the Backyard Masters in Germany. On the second night, I was feeling very sick. I couldn't hold food or drink down, and I was just so frustrated and, you know, worried that I had to drop out. And I just really had to tell my brain to get myself together, and I had to force my body to start, you know, drinking and keeping the drink down. I was taking Tailwind, the powder, and I managed to turn it around, and it was just such a fantastic, ecstatic feeling to be able to turn it around. And then the sun came up, you know, for 48 hours. And when you go through the darkness, the dark tunnel, and you're facing the possibility of quitting, and it feels like a big abyss. And when you sort of get past that, it gives such a boost of energy. And there are many tunnels like this in a race, you know, that you have to get through before you see the light again. But that was an epiphany for me, because it sort of proves that I can get through anything. I have an area, it's right up there out my window, up on the hill there. It's up on a big park here in Oslo. I take my car and I do the same setup as in a real backyard. I have also done backyard virtual races up there, but I just do exactly what I would do in a normal backyard. Start at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock and do 24 loops maybe, where I come in and practice the eating and sleeping and changing socks, you know. And I do that maybe once or twice a year, depending on the racing. And of course, just being outside a lot, and running, and also walking, hiking. So I usually transport to and from work at the hospital clinic. Usually I'm pretty fast out from the starting line. I usually get a little bit of boost of energy in the beginning of the loop, even after 48 hours. So, and also maybe it looks a little bit tough on the rest of the crowd, because I run off, but then they always catch up to me. And then, so I'm a little bit quick in the beginning, then I maybe slow down a bit. And I always walk, of course, in the uphills, where I drink some water. And I try to come in at around 50 minutes. I also stopped taking caffeine, so I'm drinking coffee now, but it's a decaf, not caffeine coffee. So that before the race, I have like a very low tolerance for caffeine. So caffeine is like my secret weapon. When I get tired, or even maybe when I feel sick, I find that it helps. So I have it like as a special weapon when I feel tired. And sometimes I don't have to take caffeine if everything works with sleep and stuff. But you know, eventually, if it lasts for I want to go 4 days, and then I will probably need caffeine. So that's a strategy. And then I just, my strategy is to enjoy myself and keep my shoulders low and just enjoy myself. And of course, wanting to be there till the end, I don't have a goal. I just want to be one of the last people in the race. I have been working hard with not having any goal. So I want to beat my personal best. I want to have a Nordic best, and I want to be a part of the world record. So I have certain landmarks along the way, but I really want to be there till the end. And I really, this is Big's backyard, so I just have to think that I'm there until the end. My plane ticket is on the Saturday after. I would be scared if I didn't know about the Belgium guys like Merin and Merin Gertz and Ivo Steyert. I know them from my backyard masters. They are very nice guys, very chill. They drink beer between the loops and very friendly. So I can't wait to see them, and they feel like friends, although I just did one race with them, but it like how it is. It's a big event in our lives. So I can't wait to see them, and they are the elite. They have 101 hours. So that feels sort of safe. Of course, there are many other runners, Harvey Lewis, many other elite runners. It's intimidating to have so many good runners, but then again, I think, okay, I've done a few good backyards. The one where I did 48 hours was a very demanding trail loop. So I thought, okay, I did that. I can hold my own, and to these guys and women.